something else.
All right, welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 191. 191, E. 191. Always on the run.
We
are here. Look, we got it kicked off before 9:35 this week. Intro went hot at 9:33. But I told everybody on the Green Room, if you were listening tonight on station here, WRC presents the Green Room, the show before the show, that 9:35 is probably going to be the target time, just because going from one platform to another and just hoping that everything is just going to go right. And look, I fluffed all the way through that Green Room tonight. Bro, it's going to be an interesting show. It's going to be an interesting show. What's good with you, bro? Good to see you. CB will be here shortly. For those who are looking for CB, he will be here shortly. He's technical difficulties. Hold on. Before you do that, let's do the roll call. We got Dee. Let's go ahead and do that right there, Dee. What's good? Tusa. Good to see you, Tusa. Look, I had a crazy week thus far. And it definitely involves a Tusa. So we'll get to that with Love R&B. Good to see you. With Britt B, good to see you. I thought I saw, there she is. Takeover Trina, good to see you. Takeover will be here in 2 weeks for Takeover Thursday. Next week is the Cousin Crew, Baddie Behavior with Sammy Slated. There's our guy, regular old guy. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's always mayhem, bro. Philly to BK. Good to see you. Miss anyone? Anissa was at the Green Room. So she knows. I said about 9:35. And just want to make sure I got everyone. Jen, Glenn, welcome. Okay. E, so what's good with you? How was your week? While we wait for CB to populate.
Man, listen, work has definitely been giving me that good 2-piece combo. Work just kicking my ass, bro. So as you know, in CB, like I've told you guys before, the big projects I got working up, within the job. So, getting close to the end of it, but at the same time, it's a whirlwind. It's like a tornado. Getting ready to do some travel, so might be on the road.
There you go. Might be in a city near you sometime. Okay, I feel you on that, because I think I need to be doing some traveling too, bro. You and I've been talking about that. We're just gonna pop up in somebody's city and show out, and then just be out. I'm down. Let's do it. All right. So look, my week crazy. I mean, I think we talk. Obviously, we talk all the time. And I was like, yo, I got to get the show done. Got to get the show written out. And for those who don't know, I got to ask the fellas for their segments on Tuesdays. Give it to me Tuesday night so I can put everything together Tuesday. And then Wednesday, all I got to do is write my notes. Well, I think I had the segments early, but I didn't get a chance to write my notes. And yeah, we it's going to be interesting tonight. But you know what? Let's go ahead and start. So we're just going to go ahead and let's wrap, bro. CB will be here when he get here. He knows what to do. News. I'm trying to remember to change the background as we go. Spend a lot of time on these graphics, so I'm trying to remember. All right, so let's wrap. Let's start with. I don't know, bro. Let's go. Yeah, let's.
You want to do the
tour?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let's do the tour. All right. Boom. Let's do this. So, for those who don't know, first of all, a different world. Near and dear to, hold on. Let's do this. Hold on. Boom, it works. There we go. So, a different world, near and dear to a lot of African-American homes. Grew up on this. Normally, it's a spinoff, technically, of The Cosby Show.
Yep.
So, this week, A Different World announced that since 35 years of the first premiered on TV, A Different World is going on a HBCU tour. Now, if you don't know what A Different World was, hold on. Again, it is from the mind of Bill Cosby about HBCU life, Hillman College. And in the spinoff, well, I say it's a spinoff because Denise, who was the second daughter Cosby's, she had to make a decision on what college she wanted to go to. And Hillman always was part of the storyline. That's where Cliff went. That's where Claire went. It was like family tradition. And so she decided to go to Hillman as well. And so then that's where she showed up at. Oh, speaking of showing up. That's good, bro. You ain't missed nothing. We just talking about A Different World announcing that they are going on a 10-city HBCU college tour starting tomorrow. I mean, I think it's dope that this is happening because, again, we knew growing up the HBCU life, how it was represented in a positive way on TV once a week. Everybody would get around and gather around and just watch. And then earlier season had Marissa Tomei, so it gave it some diversity, right? So, they're reunited for a 10-city tour. Kicks off tomorrow in Atlanta. And I think about the HBCUs that's in Atlanta. You got Clark, you got Spelman, Morehouse. So I don't know which school they're hitting first, but they may be just in a central location. But kicks off tomorrow, and then also some of the cities announced on tour. Obviously, Washington D.C. I'm assuming you can get that good HU visit, and then there's like Alabama on here. But the official like dates and cities, like I couldn't find it, but we do know it's at least 10 cities. All right, and on the tour you're going to get Daryl M. Bell, who played Ron Johnson, who's also married to Tempest Bledsoe. A lot of people didn't know that. He's married to Vanessa from The Cosby Show. So Daryl M. Bell is going to be on the tour. Charnel Brown, who played Kimberly Reese. Jasmine Guy, who played Whitley Gilbert. Obviously, you can't have a tour without your stars, right? So you're going to have Whitley, Kadeem Hardison, Dwayne Wayne, Dawn Lewis, who played Jaleesa Taylor. You're going to have Cree Summer. Everybody loves Cree. Cree had a very successful after A Different World life because she voices a lot of cartoon characters. Yeah, a lot of the Rugrats. Hey, like Michael for sure.
Penny from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, she's all over. So Cree Summer played Freddie Brooks, Glenn Turman, who played Colonel Brad Taylor. And I was shocked to see this last name because the last update I got on his brother, he wasn't doing well. Like he had suffered from a stroke and he was kind of down for a while. It's Sinbad, who played Walter Oakes. So he's been on all outlets I looked at. He's confirmed to be on this 10-city tour. Now let's talk about, you want to talk about a life after A Different World, how we know Sinbad was a clean comedian, but you talking about some of the classics, Jingle All the Way. You talk about, what's that? The First Kid.
Yeah.
You talk about House Guest. I mean, Sinbad had an incredible run. So, and I know he had, like I said, some health issues, but he's been confirmed for this tour. Now, I want to dive into this. You went to a HBCU, is that correct?
Sure did.
Okay, so you're up first. Did. What does this mean to you as an HBCU graduate to see? I'm assuming I'm gonna speak for you as a show you grew up on, sat around the TV with your family, and saw how it was represented. How do you feel about this becoming a reality?
I mean, it's pretty dope. I mean, you gotta realize, like, the only visual that we had was A Different World, right? And then from there, you had your Black College tour that either the church put together or somebody who went to one of the schools, said, "Hey, I want to take a group of kids, and I want y'all to see it." Now, the real ones that are in the comments knows that anybody who's ever gone to an HBCU tour, if the guide is real, they gonna let you know. And 9 times out of 10, and 9.9 times out of 10, the colleges are definitely in the hood. They are definitely in places you're going to be like, oh, okay.
How about that Coppin State and
Morgan.
And Morgan. Yeah,
bro. Morgan, which again, shout out to Morgan. That's where I graduated from.
There we go.
I went to Prairie View A&M down in Texas first, but like I said, that was in the sticks. You dig? So I mean, they all walks of life, bro. Like I said, when you get there, but listen, it's all about representation, right? I knew people who went, and outside of the older people, like, oh, like I would never change the experience or whatever like that. It was one of those things that once you went there for the tour, and you kind of felt that energy of your people and all that good stuff. It's nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely nothing like it. I wouldn't trade my experience for nobody, for sure, because at the end of the day, I know that I was in a classroom of maybe 20 people compared to being an auditorium of 70 people. That maybe about 6 of them maybe looked like me and probably didn't finish out the year. But again, it is what it is, and not Kansas State. Yeah, I wish. That's what you listen. USC is definitely. Never mind. We're not gonna go there because we need that sponsor later on in life. But yeah, that's what it was for me though. But listen though, at the end of the day, what you look at it now as an adult of what we watched when we were kids, and we realized that again, if you want to play the Black Wall Street side of the house, they was dealing with the same shit that we dealing with today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you look at how they all had to, come together as a group and as a unit to get through a lot of shit. And I think that's what really, at the end of the day, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, all that stuff that kind of you get from that type of experience is what, you should take from it. Because definitely, like I said, I still got some people I made contact with from way back when. And, everybody still wants to see everybody win.
And then you hit the HBCUs, you get involved into a frat or sorority. I mean, you just lock in even more. Like after outside of that, CB thoughts on a different world, going on a 10-city tour. Again, it's like bringing part of your childhood, or like I don't want to say fantasy, but bringing something to life. And seeing it, come through, and then how big this was for the community and now for HBCUs. Thoughts?
This was my first exposure to HBCUs. Like, as a kid, not even really understanding like college in the first place, being that young at the time. But this was my first exposure to HBCUs. So I think I'm not alone in that sense. I think that there was a lot of exposure that was being given for the first time for a lot of people. And if you go back and actually watch the progression of the show, you'll notice that they actually played more into the actual HBCU aspect of it after the first season. Because the first season, if you're actually watching it, it doesn't actually represent what a real HBCU is. There was a lot of people in there, way too many people that look like my dad, that were in the first season. You know what I mean? So I think it's dope. I didn't realize that they were going to be going on tour. And initially I was like, what do you mean? So, but a talking tour, I think it'll be cool. I hadn't heard that Sinbad, I hadn't heard that, he was doing all right. So that this seems like that's a positive set of news. So shout out to all of that. And I've been Jasmine guy. That was a crush as a kid because of this show. So there we go.
So okay, let's dive in a little bit into the show. I mean, because people are bringing up some really dope memories about this show. So for one, the wedding scene. They, how TV teases a lot of things for a while. Like it took a while for Urkel to get Laura right. That was easy writing. We knew eventually that they would probably come together, but that was easy writing. They didn't have to take that route right away with Family Matters, right? But as they got older, you had to do something. So with A Different World, they definitely teased the Whitley and Dwayne Wayne relationship for a very long time. Hell, they dated on the show, but then they both broke up and for a couple seasons dated other people, right? But they will always find their way back with each other. And so they teased that for a while, but one of the most classic TV moments, because you're talking about, I believe that was the season finale. I believe because that led into the last season. I think at that point that the wedding led into at least the very the season where at that point they had moved into the townhouse. But classic moments everybody talks about is that wedding scene, right? Also, but we've talked about A Different World before as far as culture, clothing, sneakers. Dwayne Wayne,
yeah,
sneaker game. He had he had J's before Jordan had the J's.
Him and Ron, and then you talk about just everybody knows the classic setup. His glasses with the flip ups. I mean,
everybody wanted those.
It definitely was a culture move, and if you look at it from the standpoint, even on the female side of the house, they were watching it to see what outfits they were wearing. You know what I'm saying? So like, it definitely moved the culture, and as well as celebrities that were guest starring on there. Plenty of those.
And like, well, CB, thoughts on the sneaker, because we talked about shows and like the sneaker culture, but any thoughts on the culture as far as sneakers or fashion?
No, I mean, it definitely stands out, especially if you go back and just whether you're actually watching the show or seeing some of the pictures from back in the day, like you can tell it was influential. And when you're talking about the people that guest starred on the show, that speaks to it in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So also Debbie Allen and Susan Fales, the producers, are joining the tour. So in Debbie Allen, like Felicia Rashad's sister. So it was all tied together, right? But let's talk about Philly put up the first season was weird. Yeah. And I think they had to find their way, right? Because I remember episodes that you talk about the guest stars, like Keenan Ivory Wayans was in the very first season as a professor, I believe, or maybe even a student. Like, it was a weird setup, but it felt more soap opera-ish, I want to say, because even the way it was filmed was a tad different that first season. So you have Marissa Tomei, I believe the Jaleesa character was still there. It was really based around Denise Huxtable, right? That was kind of her thing.
Yeah. And
I don't want to say this, but I think it's true. When she left, the show was able to pivot perfectly and give you, I think, more substance because she was gone. You didn't really have to base it around a Cosby character coming of age kind of thing. I think that's what they did with was that Grownish, kind of the daughter going off to college, and you kind of base in the spinoff. I think they were able to pivot around that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But let's talk about that's what Jada met Tupac. They met in college.
19 minutes into the show. That's how long it took.
Exactly. What's his name? What's his name? Piccolo? But you had the In Vogue episode, then you had the Criss Cross episode. Like, they had a lot of dope stars. So
you know what made it real though, not to cut you off, like especially on the aspect of the HBCUs. I know if people in the comment section went to one, Mr. Gaines was like a real person to anybody in life.
He was real.
Like, that was
like life lessons.
But no matter what, there was always a cool lunch dude, like whoever it was, like, you knew the cafeteria, there was that one person that looked out for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was just about real life shit. You know what I mean? And the respect they gained was for them being real to, even as the difference in the age was just the kids, right? So shout out to Mr. Gaines, bro. He definitely was a real one on the show.
And so towards the end of the run, because it was, again, I guess you have to have evolving stories, right? Because Ron always chased Freddie for a while, right? And then Ron chased Kim for a while. But then at some point, there was a part where he was messing with both of them, like towards the end of the run. And it was like, when did this happen? But here's another tidbit a lot of people don't know. Some people will know that, Dwayne and Whitley were a thing, but in real life, Kadeem was dating Cree Summer. Like, they were like highly in love. That's weird, right? This is little tidbits that you pick up along the way.
It's wild how that stuff works out.
Games, exactly. All right. But yeah, shout out to A Different World. I think that's a dope thing to do for people who may be trying to find their way in HBCUs. And like, it should be some adults who aren't even in college right now. I'm sure that would go to ask questions about that show that we just grew up on. Okay, here we go. Next, I'm losing myself. It's gonna be a long night, bro. It's gonna be a long night.
Bro, you just glitched. That's what happened, bro. Like, what the
glitch?
Yeah.
Whatever. Technology is not being
very kind to us tonight. All right, we're gonna get through it though. We can do this. Okay. This week, Jam Master Jay, the two men were found guilty Tuesday for the killing of Jam Master Jay from 2002. 20 plus years, bro. I remember where I was at when the news broke that Jam Master Jay had been killed. And now 20 plus years later, here we are. It's definitely been a long haul, long time coming for this case. So Ronald Washington, a childhood friend, and Carl Jordan, his godson, convicted of murder while engaged in narcotics trafficking and firearm-related murder. 20 years later, bro. It's the people that's close to you, right? We've seen this happen before. It's always the people that's close to you. Because he was in the studio in Queens. You're not just gonna have random people around you when you're in a studio, right? I mean, most times those sessions are private or locked down, they're for specific people. 20 plus years for his family to get some answers. I mean, we talked about them finding Pac's murderer recently, right? Quote unquote. So, and they said a lot of his family aren't around to even be able to enjoy a conviction. Thoughts?
I mean, we talk about the length of time, bro. Like, you can't get that back from your family member. It don't matter how long it is. There's that portion of, where they say closure, you know what I mean, for a family in regards to, somebody like the killer being, caught or something like that, or whoever did. I think it was just, it's one of those things like unfortunately, we chalk it up because it's a part of our culture, but at the end of the day, it's still a story that is happening everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing else that we can do to get the greatness back that we lost from who he was. You know what I'm saying? And what we could have gotten in 20, like I think it hurts more when you realize what we could have actually gotten in the 20 years that he has not been here, right? In that sense. So it's just like, but hey, it's for, I think it's mainly for not even the family, and I get that. I think it's mainly to say like, look, we finally closed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did we gain from them telling us that?
Right. 20 years later, I mean, to resurface the pain of just people that were close to him, there were people that were in that circle. I mean, you get some kind of closure, but do you really?
Right. I mean, it was because this is 2002, right? So, not even a decade, right? After losing Biggie and Pac, and then it was almost like we hadn't learned, you know. But like you said, Kaleo, for it to be family, close friends, and
Godson.
and
Jeez.
typically, like you said, recording sessions, they're normally like lockdown. And so what they were saying was that there was a third person that let them in through like the fire escape or whatever, so they didn't have to be buzzed up. But they're also talking about how when they came into the room, they like dapped them up, or like they acknowledged each other, like,
Mm-hmm.
You're around people that you should be comfortable with. It's wild that these cases end up taking so long, especially when at least one of the guys had been a suspect since like 2007, something like that. You know what I mean? So I think I echo Erich's sentiment about, I think that it might just be for the sense of, hey, it's, we're getting closure here. Like, people can move on. But at the end of the day, we lost something, and who knows what we would have gotten from Run DMC over the last 20 years if everybody was intact.
Right. Absolutely. Always the people close to you. I mean, they say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. But hell, they one and the same half the time.
Right.
Especially nowadays. So again, we got some kind of clarity a little bit, but 20 years later, I mean, bro, that's And half the time, like Anissa said, they already know. Yeah. All right. Last day of Black History Month. This is the last day, and it's an extra day. It's Leap Day. February 29th. Only happens every 4 years.
According to the people that wrote the book. But go ahead.
According to people that wrote the book. So I at least wanted to give.
Still
we saw
this
this
number of days, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
The
I
fuck?
want to give some spotlight.
It gets an extra day. It's still
It's still not enough. It's still not enough.
God damn.
I want to talk about 7 Black-owned sneaker companies. Right, and this will just be part 1 because we're gonna go into depth on these companies on Soul Tales the last Thursday of March. So
shout out to Q and TJ.
Shout out to Q and TJ, exactly, for last week. If you didn't watch the show last week, we did Soul Tales last week, which would have been the last Thursday of the month. But again, with this extra day, we had extra Thursday to do a show. So let's talk about them. One of the companies is Ethics. All right. Ethics is founded by Langston Galloway, who graduated as a student in the game into a master. The former NBA guard took on his NBA experience as well as his love for sneaker and launched Ethics, a performance footwear brand that blends purpose with product. Animal-free and ethically made sneakers, Ethics lives up to the name while delivering quality at an affordable price. Now, I don't know. We talked about the Ethics brand a while back and some of the issues he was having. So first of all, we're not going to talk about this place to bring it, these companies to bring them down. But I just want to tell you about some of the facts that we studied along the way about Ethics. Remember, it was leaked that Skechers was the factory making his shoes. I mean, they're popular. You know, most sneakerheads wear Skechers, but you know, CB, if you hop on the comments, that's fine. I do this because am I missing something? I'm sure I missed something. The way E-Rich.
I'm laughing at C because you're glitching. He's on mute right now, so you're glitching. He does the robot. That's like the telltale that is happening.
Yeah.
What is going on? This is February 29th, and then like let me look at my monitor because I started my monitor for a reason so I can see. But now
you're definitely fading. You're fading. You definitely hit him with the Back to the Future, where somehow Michael J. Fox hasn't made it to the dance to do the song yet. Because you're fading away in the picture as we speak.
Jay, Wes. All right. Well, look, we can hear some glitching. Hold on. Let's just get through these brands real quick. All right. You got Ethics. You got Ebb Kicks. You got Soul Safe. You got Thoroughly Crafted Goods, Unboxed App, Rock Deep Global, Sia Collective. Shout out to Be Easy, who spotlighted Sia Collective on his Be Easy fashion. Be Easy fashion. You was there last week. You would know that.
Oh shit!
I can move on for that. Yeah, but let's
Trina about to snitch.
Trina go snitch. My bad.
Trina snitching.
Snitch. My bad. My bad. Let's just get through. Adrian Peterson auction. That's been held off for now. Adrian Peterson. A lot of his stuff, memorabilia, was going on sale because he needs to afford to pay his bills for poor money management. They said at one point, Adrian Peterson had at least a couple $100 million cross his passing and his bank accounts. And now this guy's out here boxing Le'Veon Bell, getting his ass knocked out. So,
damn it.
Poor money management. Don't really feel sorry for AP, but we can talk about it real quick because we always talk about mismanagement of funds.
I mean, it's a classic case. I think, you and I were talking about this. I think Shay, Club Shay, or I think it was afterwards where him and, was it Ocho or was it Arenas they was talking about it? Gil. Ocho. I mean, listen, they were detailing what this fool's birthday party, flying people out first class, getting camels and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro, a part of it is like, a part of it is like, you gotta have fun. Like, you can't take the shit with you when you're gone. Nobody ever leaves here with a Brinks truck, you dig? But at the same time, listen, man, I think also money management plays a part into it. Like, does it make sense? Like, if you look back at it and you say, you made that purchase, like, was it worth it? Was it worth flying? Do you still talk to them 30 people that you put in first class? Do you even know where the hell them damn Campbell's at anymore? You dig? Like, it's just
the whole flight. He charged the whole flight.
Yeah, the whole flight.
And then he showed up on a camel.
Yeah, nah, listen, we don't know the details if he still got, bread. He had more off the field troubles when it came to more personal stuff than money. So, maybe this wasn't a situation. This is somebody just finally, and again, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. We don't talk about people's pockets. We definitely don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? But in this sense, if it is about money management, we talked about this. This shit it's a reoccurring story that we don't see.
Yeah, we can't retire like many others. We don't get that luxury of retiring whenever we want. And these guys are blessed with some serious cash. Go ahead, CB.
I will start off by saying that Adrian Peterson is in my personal top 5 running backs of all time.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
The fact that he wore a Washington Redskins jersey was big for me because we're literally talking about he was already one of my favorite players at that point, outside of all the off the field stuff that we already knew he had going on. But like AP, to me, he was, as a player, he was that guy. But literally the last couple of years that he was on a roster, I was always saying, I was like, yo, he needs these checks. Like, there's a reason why he's out here, saying what he's saying, saying at like 35 years old, he's going to rush for 2,000 yards or whatever like that. He needs these checks. We knew that financially he wasn't in like a good spot. So, it's sad to see it get to this point, but the ESPN, the 30 for 30, I think it was a 30 for 30 broke. Like, that was one of the best ones where it talked about athletes, like, basically just blowing through all the money that they make through their career. And AP played in a generation where the running backs actually got paid. Like, they actually got paid. So it's sad to see. At the end of the day, like, you hope that people can take care of their own, and that includes their finances. But this isn't why I want to see AP in the news. You know what I mean?
Right. I'll never forget that return from the ACL surgery.
The Redskins were the ones that fucked up his knee. It was against us. And then the dude came back and ran for 2,000 yards.
Best season ever.
Kaleo, this is your sign.
One second. Hold on. You know what?
The funny part with that, though, is...
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on one damn minute. Now, am I glitching? It's just me? Y'all gonna stop fucking with me tonight. I'm tired. Y'all gonna stop.
You're glitching, bro.
Let's just get through the show, bro. Let's just get through it, man. It happens. Let's get through it. Man.
It took me 10 minutes to get on the show. Like, come on, man. Technology is not being fun.
February 29th, bro. February 29th.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. I want this is going to glitch. I feel the rain. Did that glitch?
Nah.
I feel the rain. 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 It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I am. Rain all over me. I'm saturated. I'm saturated.
I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. Lord, I'm down. I'm down. Oh, Lord, I'm down. I'm even wet. When I'm before you, Lord. Lord, I'm wet. Will you open the floodgates?
Damn it.
That played well, didn't it? I'm sure that played all the way.
It did. It did.
All right. That's just how it's gonna be tonight. All right. All righty, before you go, let everybody know about this weekend. You can go ahead and get some of that good old DC Shop High. Use the code WRSE10, save 10%. Shout out to Grant and all the wonderful people of DC Shop High. Grant was here a couple weeks ago and he let us in on some secrets about DC Shop High. The storefront is almost ready. But there you go, Chicago-based deep dish, Black-owned business, the official pizza on the We Are Something Else podcast. Use our code at the DC Shop High, WRSE10. All right, bro, what you got?
We're gonna keep it light. I'm not gonna get everybody up in the roar tonight, but I had sent this a couple weeks ago, and it seems to be the trend. This is a sneaker podcast. I know usually I get people all up in in a fit about the shit that I say, but today's rant is definitely about some sneakers. So you can hit me with the FUE later on. But the sneaker culture is starting to fail me because they're leaning more towards the fashion culture. I get if you can hybrid the two, or if you can do a completely different collection that gives you a fashion and the others still kind of stays in the sneaker category, the sneaker culture. But I'm sorry, to me, Klopp missed on this one. And this is not a dig because CB and I, even, Kaleo knows how we ride for Klopp when it comes to, a lot of the other, silhouettes they did. I'm still taking the L. I didn't get the Klotz dunks. Crazy.
So many L's.
But the price is the price, and maybe they might be on the way. There was a notification while we were on the call. But anyway, but nah, like this is just where I'm at. If you listen to other ones, if you listen to Soul Tales, I talked about how Travis Scott, he just slapped the Nike check on backwards and put his name on it, and now it's supposed to be like move like culture, but this is this is not it. Like, this is them putting Adidas shoe on a fashionable bottom, and this is an old school looking shoe for a reason. I get what they're trying to do. However, if this is the collaboration on their culture for the sneakers, it didn't do it for me. So is it just I think that a lot of the collaborations are starting to lend more fashionable than it is towards the culture of where they started with the shoes.
Good point. Good point.
Thoughts, fellas, thoughts.
I'm thinking that, like you said, it's more fashion forward. A lot of these sneakers now you can wear with suits, right? That's kind of like the atmosphere. Oh, the feeling I get from these shoes when I look at them, like, okay, well, these are like dress sneakers, kind of, sort of. You can wear them in the office. You can obviously wear them with a suit. they're not particularly for me because, like you said, sometimes I feel like they're running out of ideas. But then on the other hand, it could be like, you know what, we're being inventive now, we're being innovative, trying to try something new. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah, not for me for these though. CB.
Not like my brother E Rich led in with. We can be confused for Clot fanboys. They've done some of my favorite Air Max ones of all time. Some of the Jays recently, very good. Dunks recently, very good. Edison Chen, just in general, a lot of the stuff that he works on, I like. Like, you know, from that fashion standpoint, I tend to fuck with a lot of the stuff that he does. But yeah, this at least from what we've seen so far, the Adidas sneaker stuff that's not for us. And I don't know if it pains anybody more than me and Eat Rich. Like I really don't. You know. So it is what it is. I'm happy for the people that these are for. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. But for as excited as I was when this partnership was announced, like that, I think that's where the disappointment is coming in for me and Eat, is because we were very excited about what this partnership could bring, and at least for now, it's not for us. So that's where we're at.
So there's a more clear picture if you need to see them. But yeah, I didn't realize that black shoe at the top had a heel to it.
Yeah, dog. Nah.
What?
Nah. Now, I'm glad that we can wear sneakers in the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that right there, that's garbage.
They're just not for us. You know what I mean? Shout out to the people. Like I can see some people in the office at mine and Kaleo's 9 to 5. I could see some of them rocking these and it being okay. I just can't see me or him rocking these and it being okay. Because it's not.
I got an idea. Why don't we show the people something we probably could rock? Drop.
For the soul.
All right, see me for that copper drop.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to make sure that we did this season with the copper drop is not necessarily to talk about stuff that's coming right out, but to talk about some of the stuff that we've seen announced.
Yep.
And you know, talk about it and all that. However, we do have some stuff that is coming out fairly soon. And March 6th to be exact. This is the first shoe of Kyrie Irving with Anta after he has left Nike. If you were paying attention All-Star Weekend, Jaylen Brown was actually wearing a pair of these. And it was a very much publicized divorce between Kyrie and Nike. And I'm gonna be honest, like I like these. The silhouette I think is fairly good. These are coming out March 6th. This is the very first silhouette, so they're actually supposed to be kind of limited from what I was reading up on. But the retail price is only $125. Like there's not a lot of even performance basketball sneakers these days, but just basketball sneakers in general that are for $125. Yeah, so these actually are coming out soon. March 6th is the first drop. These kind of actually give me some Dreamer vibes. The J. Cole Pumas. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on these? $125. Kyrie's first shoe outside of Nike. So yeah.
Am I glitching?
Nope, that was for CB because CB was glitching.
You're not gonna be able to use shit from this show to top up. Now, real quick, I'm actually I wasn't excited about these until I did the dive and to look at them. And I'm a colors guy, and all the colors right here hit right in my color palette for shoes that I will wear. I wasn't sure about Anta though, if they could capture, because some of the Kyrie Nike versions were pretty dope. Like he had some pretty good colorways. I was just wondering how Anta could capture, or if they could capture what Kyrie represents as a sneakerhead, or that sneaker culture in the NBA. And I think they did a really good job with this. The price point is fair. I'm interested. I'm hoping they're comfortable. I don't own any Antas, but it's a very different shoe. I'm wondering if it will sell out. But this will be a cop for me because the price point is attractive enough to at least put a pair in the in the collection just to see.
That's about it. They would be with the collection. These are clearly shoes that you play ball in, like you can tell. But shout out to Grimace, who definitely had creative control over this shoe, according to Didi. But but listen, like you and I talked about this. Kyrie price point of 120 has a bunch of shoes that are over retail, whereas LeBron has a bunch of shoes that are under retail, and he has a larger name in the sense of basketball and just kind of overall. So I think these are going to move. I don't think that these are going to be sitting. Kyrie has a very loyal fan base when it comes to him and himself and what he embodies. There's a meaning to everything on his shoe, and he has a lot of creative control over it. So that's why
there's a feather on the back of this one. I think if you can see that the accessory is a feather,
a gold feather.
Yeah. So when do these drop again, CB?
March 6th.
Next week.
Yep. They're going to be on like the Anta website, and then there's actually 2 sneaker shops that are doing like in-person releases for it. But
okay.
Yeah. But this first drop, from what I was reading, is actually supposed to be pretty limited, but we'll see.
Right. They got to get the pulse. They got to read the pulse of the people to see what kind of numbers these shoes are going to do. I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested enough.
It's a brand that most people haven't heard of. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. If you're not a fan, you won't know. But let's go back real quick because it's here. We got some comments that address that were addressing this shoe. Jen Glenn, Pastor's Light. Is
that what our man was singing in? He was singing in a pair of these?
Probably. Dimitri, the one with the heel are the Abernethys. Didi, Black and Horrible, other two. Okay, Black and Horrible, other two are cool. Yeah. This is Be Easy responding to me not having this drop. I'm loading my phone. And I'm assuming this right here goes towards the copper drop. Let me find the copper drop. What is alien shoes? I'm assuming that's what that was for. My eyes don't know where to look. Kyrie always has nice shoes to me. There's the Grimace comment. They look like you kick Grimace right in the booty hole. Takeover says cop. All right. And where the Jokic one? I'm interested where Be Easy. What do you think about these? I know you on shoe hiatus right now. You know, like,
is he really on is he really on a shoe hiatus? He's on a fasting from buying shoes? That was
well, look, I know what the man said. I'm not gonna call him out right now. I know what the man said. All right, let's go ahead and get into shoe and tell. E-Rich, I see you going first. Let's do it.
For the soul.
Let's get up out of here.
For the soul.
Oh,
ooh.
Oh, here it is.
Uh-oh.
Here it is. Definitely Cozy Boy certified. the 9060s.
Yes.
These are the Castle Rocks. Again, you can't go wrong with a pair of 9060s. And the fact that they came out with the that gray and black, you got the suede on there. This is just a dope pair. These are definitely going to get worn a lot. I almost went to cop another pair while I was there. But shout out to the manager at, I'm going to say it's South Coast Plaza, right? Who definitely told me that they get collaborations. They did not get the action. They're not going to get the Action Bronsons, but she said they got the Slahys. They definitely got Joe Freshgoods. And there's another one coming up shortly that they are going to get. So I got a new spot that I'm going to cop some New Balance for the low.
Let's go.
All right. Since I'm privy. So I talked about a couple things this week. Well, I posted a couple things last week on my Instagram story. And a lot of y'all commented on something that I posted. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and see if I can grab it, cop it, because I'm back into playing my Sega. The Coach K college basketball. I mean, the graphics are hard.
You know. If you know, you know.
Sure. But this game,
You
Coach
want those graphics to be terrible. Like that's what's going to take you back.
EA Sports. It's part of growing up. But look, I posted my shoes this morning that I was going to show tonight. Y'all didn't know that, but here they are. Hold on, let me take this out here. You don't need to see that. But when I unboxed it, I was like, what kind of packaging is this? Before I opened it, I was like, they didn't give me a box, but then I opened it up. It says Packer specimen bag, and then you see Adidas on there, Biohazard. I mean, I was like, wow, look, okay, it says frozen, refrigerate, room temperature. I'm like, okay, this is pretty dope for like a sneaker box, but here they are. The Packer, what are these? The Torsion, I can't even think of the name right now.
ZX something.
ZX Torsion, yeah, there you go. But these right here, they're clean. Like I wasn't even looking for these. I was doing a StockX dive, and I looked up an on foot for another shoe, and this popped up. I was like, well, damn. And me and CB had a conversation behind the scenes about perhaps. Let me see if you can get the insole in here too, because it's a hand in there.
Yeah.
I was like, me and CB were talking. Like, well, if I can get them, I'm gonna go ahead, and I was able to cop from StockX. So, yeah, that's all.
Log off, Cardo. Log off. Go to bed.
God damn it.
I can spell about both songs. All right, CB. Oh, what a night. What a night. Oh, boy.
Probably about 30 minutes before we came on here, I posted this box.
Sheesh.
Oh, you posted them? I didn't even realize you posted the box.
Just
Yes,
the box.
he did.
But I got them. The Magma Salehi 9060s. They are in the collection.
Damn!
Not bad, guys.
Wow. The details and stuff are cool, man. The midsole looks like it's kind of beat up, like you were kind of walking on volcanic rock and stuff. And honestly, the first time I saw pictures of these, it actually gave me like Spider-Man vibes. So I get more of that vibe from this shoe than like I think these are better Spider-Man shoes than the last Jordan 1s that came out. You know what I mean?
And both colorways of the Salehis were dope, but that was the one that I wanted right there.
Yeah, this was my favorite of the two. And you know, I was telling you guys about this already. This is already in the sneaker of the year conversation, but yeah, these are in the collection. I'm pumped about it. Wear your shoes. These are getting worn.
Wear your shoes.
Your shoes, cousin. that one's special.
Wear your shoes.
Shout out to TJ, who's been doing a wear your shoes wear your shoes like little segment on his Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, those could potentially be sneaker of the year. The shoes CB just showed, we all went for them. We all wanted them. Those are high contenders for sneaker of the year, if y'all wanted to know. And we'll do that show.
How fortuitous, yes, the SAT word, that he could have a contender for sneaker of the year and also contender for the wackest fucking shoe of the year. Like,
it just shows you how out there with his designs he is. I mean, he could give you, and there were two different companies. That's amazing. Like to have, bro.
And even though the other shit isn't for us, like it's for some other people. They're buying that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
All right.
I'll keep the 1906s.
Yeah. All right. Let me let y'all know what's going on within the next.
Spider-Man. You can go.
Who was that? Was that you? That was me. That was me and you. We said, if you know, you know. All right, but look, our brother Kendall B is on vacation in Snarky Mac on the birthday cruise. So he's been. He only did 2 shows this week. Shout out to 3 the hard way. That's Jen Glenn. That's Doreen. That's Real Estate Poppy, who did Tuesday show because Kendall did Monday. 3 the hard way Tuesday. Kendall was back Wednesday. Blue did silent work pop up today, and tomorrow for Funky Friday. Tomorrow for Funky Friday, it will be me, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. Me. I got 5 hours worth of music for a 3-hour show.
It's not surprising anybody.
Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. I got a couple hours to figure this out. If we're talking about music, Schoolboy Q drops at midnight. So guess what I'm gonna be doing while I figure out this playlist. I'm gonna listen to Schoolboy Q and narrowing down this show and these topics. But shout out to everybody. Look, I would give you the schedules for everything right now, but my mind is fried. It's been a long day, long week. Yeah, so forgive me. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody got any closing comments, questions, concerns? There's PJ. PJ will be available shortly. If you haven't seen PJ,
it's my homeboy.
That's the official. That's the mascot of We Are Something Else. PJ, sneakerhead.
Yep.
PJ merch is coming soon. But that's
give Reggie Bush back his Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah. What mountain time? Exactly. So D, you tell me what mountain time is. I still haven't figured out the difference in mountain time. Let me know. I don't know. All right, we're round at this point. I said we're gonna be under an hour, and that's where we are. So look, that's all I got. We appreciate each and every one of y'all on these comments. The show would not be the show. It'll be 7, okay, without y'all. Where can we get the merch? The merch will that'll be coming shortly. E-Rich will let you know. Let's give us a couple weeks, and we'll have some answers that everybody needs to know because there's been a few people wanting to purchase merch, so we get that together. But episode 191, fellas, look, 200 is on the way, but that's all I got. Episode 191. Damn, what the hell is the name of the show? Always on the road.
Follow us on YouTube.
Glitching.
RSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Peace.
Peace.
I'm getting those